English 112, Miss Brewer here for your week 7 video lecture. So you guys turned in a thesis and outline Sunday night, and it is my intention to get you guys feedback on those no later than Wednesday, but preferably earlier. I intend to work on them this afternoon. So I should be able to give you some feedback on your thesis statement and where you might need more information, so on and so forth. So when I enter the grades in for that, even if you get a 50 out of a 50, make sure you still check your comments, because I do give feedback. Even if you did everything right, I might tell you a way to tweak your thesis or something like that. So just make sure you do check the comments that I give you guys on your thesis and outline. And I usually will embed comments, and so the way that you can access that is when you open up the page. If you scroll all the way down, it'll say there's a PDF of an annotated, your annotated document. That's what you want to look at, because that's where my inserted comments are, so you can see kind of where there might have been issues. I kind of put it right there. So definitely look at that feedback, especially when it comes to your thesis and things like that, as you work on your paper this week. So this week you are writing the rough draft of your comparative analysis essay, which is comparing a literary element from Othello to the movie that we watched and determining whether or not that movie did a decent job of adapting the play for a modern audience, okay? I give you a detailed literary analysis rubric. Go through there. That tells you what makes up an A paper, what makes a B paper, C paper, D paper, etc. Okay? And then by the end of this week, so by Sunday, March 15th, you will submit your paper to the Rough Draft Peer Edit Forum. So you'll create a thread just like you did for your discussion posts, and you will upload the Microsoft Word document. It has to be Microsoft Word of your paper. Make sure that it's complete. So make sure that it meets the word count requirement. Make sure you have in-text citations. Make sure you have a works cited page. That's how you get a complete rough draft grade, is by having those 3 things. So you will upload your paper there, okay? After you upload your paper, then you will click through on the other threads that have already been created, and you will locate the first thread where no one has signed up to edit the paper. Okay, so it's really important, if you click on someone's thread and they've uploaded their paper and then someone underneath has responded and said, I will edit your paper, you need to move on, okay? And find one where there's been no response. And then you will comment and you will say, I will edit your paper, okay? And that's how we make sure that everyone gets a peer editor, okay? So once you submit your paper, then you sign up to edit someone else's paper, and that's how we make sure that it works out. Okay, so once you do that and you say that you will edit their paper, your job next week by Wednesday is to have their paper edited, okay? So the way that you will do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and go over that today so you guys understand what you're doing in case you sign up early and you wanna knock it out. So you will download their paper, their Microsoft Word document, and you will then edit it using the insert comment feature. So you will insert comments where you see any issues in their paper, be it format, citations, if it's confusing, if you see them using personal pronouns or contractions, if you want to help them with their thesis, if you want to help them with their topic sentences, all right, whatever feedback you want to give, okay, make sure that you're going ahead and doing that using the insert comment feature. Then you will save it. You will go back to the forum and you will upload it to their thread, the edited version, okay? In addition to that, you need to complete a peer editing sheet, which is another Microsoft Word document. So you will download that and you will answer the questions as detailed as you can, okay? So don't just say yes. Make sure you provide more information than yes or no. And you will save it like as your name or something to that effect. Make sure you upload the peer edit form back in their thread, so you're uploading their paper with edits and you're uploading the form. You will also put the form in next week where it says rough draft peer edit grade. So you don't upload your rough draft there, you upload that peer edit checklist. So that's super important, all right? And it's a 50-point grade, okay? So you get 25 points for doing your rough draft, 25 points for doing a peer edit. If you are just saying yes and not giving a lot of feedback on that peer edit form, that's going to affect your grade. If you don't put the peer edit form in the assignment, that's going to affect your grade. The only way that you would lose points on your rough draft is if it's not meeting the word requirement, if it's not using citations, or if it's missing a works cited page. That's how you lose points on that. Or of course if it's late. So the rough draft and peer edit, the peer edit must be complete by Wednesday, March 18th, so that the person has time before Sunday to revise their paper. All right, so your paper, your final draft of your paper is due next Sunday night, March 22nd. As I stated, or I haven't stated it yet, but you are gonna, when you put your peer edit in the rough draft peer edit forum, that's the one place that you're gonna submit it. You are also going to submit your paper to NetTutor. So at the very top of our Moodle page, and if you're not logged in with me yet, make sure you do now. I'm gonna go to the top of the Moodle page, and under support, on the top of the Moodle page, you will see a little green puzzle piece that says, need a tutor? Click here to access free online tutoring. You will click that and you will upload your rough draft there, and they will give you feedback. They will email you a PDF with feedback on your rough draft. It's very helpful editing, so please make sure that you get this done. You will have to turn into me the feedback that they give you. So next week, okay, so I'm scrolling down to week 8 now, you will see there's a rough draft peer edit grade. So in that, then right there, you're gonna upload the peer edit sheet that you complete. There's a comparative analysis essay. That's where you're submitting the final draft of your essay. And there's a NetTutor feedback grade. You will upload the PDF that NetTutor sends to you there. It's a completion grade. You get 25 out of 25 points. It's an easy A, so just make sure that you get that done, okay? It's very important that when you get the feedback, you actually look at it and try to revise your paper, because that's what's going to help the paper grade, okay? But you're just uploading the feedback that they send to you there, and that's how you're completing that grade. So I have this week and next week open, and you should be, this lecture video will cover both weeks, okay? So for week 7 and week 8. So just make sure that this week you are submitting your rough draft to the rough draft peer edit forum by Sunday night, and that you complete journal 6, which is just a reflection of the term so far. What do you think you've done well? What do you need to work on for the future? What support do you need? Okay, that's your attendance assignment. So that's what you're submitting for week 7. Week 8, you will submit the peer edit checklist for your rough draft peer edit grade. You will submit your final draft of your comparative analysis, and you will submit your NetTutor feedback and a journal assignment. So a lot of submissions, all right, but the peer edit is actually should be done, pretty early. The NetTutor feedback is just uploading your feedback, so it's not an assignment per se that you're completing, just that you're uploading, okay? And then of course a paper reflection. So you will write that after you finish your paper. So that's super important. Make sure that you do submit your NetTutor feedback by March 15th, because you want to make sure that you get it back in time to make your revisions and submit it on time next week. If you guys have any questions, do be sure to shoot me an email, and I will be checking in with you guys again for week 9.